All right, good morning. Welcome to Qigong Practice. I hope your week has been good. It's always nice to end TGIF. It's Friday, and we always begin with our warm-up. And the warm-up almost always begins with some gentle arm swinging. We will be mostly doing a warm-up to open up the joints of the body from head to toe, and also bring our attention, our awareness, into a more embodied presence. Because where the mind is, that's where the Qi will be. And if you're new to this, Qi just means life energy, the energy of aliveness in the body, and the life force that runs through all living things. And this particular form of Qigong is known as the 18 Harmonizing Movements, because what we're harmonizing is the energy of the earth and the energy of the heavens above in our body minds, in our systems ourselves, and our own bodies, meridians of Qi, harmonizing, balancing, enlivening our connection to all that is. So that sounds a little highfalutin for a start in the morning. Right now, we just want to bring our attention to opening up the joints and turning toward ease. So let your feet be about hip width apart. Make sure your knees are not locked. Go ahead and lock your knees, hyperextend them, and then let them go so you can feel the difference. And as you're swinging your arms, if your knees are free, you'll feel a little bounce in them, just from the movement of the arms. This practice session each week is offered freely. And if you've been participating either live or using the recordings of the weekly sessions, and you're finding them helpful, please make a donation. That information will be in this video. I also will put it in the comments thread after we're finished. It's simply paypal.me/Amy Brimmer. So you'll find it. It's also on the website. Your support makes these free live streamed sessions every week possible. And especially possible for those who can't make a donation, who can't pay for the instruction of the classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So thank you for your support. Okay, so we can let the arm swinging gradually calm itself and come to stillness. Then we'll spiral side to side, letting the arms sort of pinwheel out, and then because we want them to be very loose and floppy, no stiffness anywhere in Qigong, the momentum of the swing has your hands tapping, and where they happen to land when we let them wrap around like this is they tap right along the liver meridian and bladder meridians and stimulate some flow. It also really opens up the spine. So you can imagine each of the 24 little vertebrae and their cushiony discs getting a nice spirally squeeze and then opening up again. Good. Let's come back to center. Let this subside. Come back to center. Good. Check in with your knees again. It's real common for people to lock their knees, and it's real easy for that habit to sneak back in. So let's keep it loose. Good. We're going to inhale and then breathe out. Let the head drop forward. And for a breath or two, just feel the weight of your head and the way it stretches your neck. Then we'll begin neck rolls. If you'd like to coordinate your breathing with this movement, That would be lovely. So you could maybe inhale one side of the circle, exhale the other. Or do whatever feels best for you this morning and really feel how the movement, the shift of the head weight is felt throughout the chest, the back, the shoulders. I have a little thing on the left side of my back today. It's a little stiffness, so it's nice to really open that up and get an easy, gentle stretch just by rotating the head. That opens the sinuses too. Good. The next time your head is hanging forward, let it hang. If you'd like an extra stretch, if that feels like something that would be helpful for you, you can interlace your fingers, hang your hands over the back of your head, and just let the weight of your arms pull. Breathe. And then let that go, and you can continue this forward flexion of the spine. Let the crown of the head lead. Take your time. And see if you can bring the top of your head toward your toes. You can bend your knees unless you want this to also be a leg stretch. But mostly we're trying to release any tension in the upper body. Letting gravity take it. Just let it go. Good. And then we're going to inhale, coming back up again. Let the head be the last thing to come up because it comes up all the way to the top of the spine. Here at about the level of your cheekbones or at just in between your inner ears. This is how high up your spine comes. Like maybe just right behind your nose. That might be helpful information when you're thinking about lengthening your spine and opening all the joints of the body. Knowing where the spine and the head meet can be really helpful information. So we'll breathe into some shoulder rolls now. And change direction if you haven't yet. I'm going to go both ways on this. See if you can feel that, almost the massage that the shoulder blades give the upper back as they lift up and move around. They're meant to be, the scapula are meant to be very mobile. Good, we're going to cross with the wrists and throw the arms back and away with a little bit of vigor. Don't be violent, don't hurt yourselves, but put a little oomph in it and you'll feel some stretch across the chest. We're seeing if we can literally throw the tension out of the arms, especially the elbows. So keep your elbows very loose, easy. Just throw it back there. Good. And then we'll let that go. And we're specifically going to be moving through the rib cage. So I always think it's helpful to sort of find the sternum here. We're going to inhale, lift the sternum up toward the ceiling on the in-breath, curve it forward, just the part of the spine that connects to your ribs. And alternating, breathing in, breathing out. Really seeing if you can isolate just the rib cage. It's pretty big. It's about 2/3 of the whole torso in terms of size, in terms of the space it takes up. So it's a pretty big basket of ribs. That sounds like a restaurant order. The German word for rib cage is Brustkorb, which is basically rib basket. So that's what I was thinking of. Really, it's like a container for the lungs, the heart, the diaphragm. Good. Now, bring the hands out to the sides. Try reaching out from side to side with the ribs, getting a sense of the sides of the rib cage. It's not, unless you have a problem or pain there, we don't really pay a lot of attention to this three-dimensional structure. So important. Good. Just feeling the sides of the ribs here. Yeah, nice three-dimensional support. Then we're going to just give our lower backs a little massage. Maybe a longer one if you're feeling really stiff and sore in the lumbar region, the lower back region, that curve where the spine curves forward. And then we'll see there's this curve here, and then the sacrum comes out and begins to curve the other way, and we're going to pound a little bit some of these big buttocks muscles and the muscles right around the base of the spine. They carry a lot of tension. So we just want to break that up a little bit. You can bring it around to the sides, and we can come down the fronts of the legs, maybe slap up the sides of the outside, then we'll wake up the insides of the legs, and up the back, just to stimulate the legs, because they're going to be supporting us now as we go into pelvic rotation. Pelvic circles. And like the ribs, see if you can just be moving the pelvis. It's this sort of oval shaped bowl. And so we're opening the hips, the lower back, the groin, the pelvic floor, this beautiful sacred bowl. Base of the spine, which forms the keystone of the pelvis, that triangular shaped bone, the sacrum, literally sacred. See if you can relate to this part of your body with reverence for the sacred. Yeah, find center. Find the center of the pelvis so that you're not lifting, you're not tucking under, but simply pelvis right on top of the legs. Good. We're going to bring those legs really close together now to do some knee circles. And if you have any knee problems, if knees are an issue for you, you can sit or stand with one foot up on a chair or something and just massage your knees. Let the warm-up literally be a warm-up. Bring some warm energy into your knees. But for the rest of us who have more or less well-functioning knees, we're just making circles here. And you might feel how when you make these circles in both directions, how that's reflected in the soles of the feet. Feel how the weight shifts there. Good. So we're going to come up. Now we're going to work the ankles. So we did pelvic rotations with the hips, knee circles. Now we're going to rotate the ankles. I'm comfortable standing on one leg like this, but if you need to hold on to something in order to do this, or if you need to touch down a lot because of balance, that's fine. This isn't really a balancing exercise. We're just freeing up the ankles. So circles in both directions, point and flex. And then we're going to do this bicycle pedaling motion and feeling how we're using hip, knee, and ankle together. That's the basic function of the leg, right? We've got these three major joints there that make lots of things possible. This morning it's going to make Qigong possible. So again, extending one foot, point and flex, work the ankle a little bit, move through it, see if you can free it up. Folks, I see in my bodywork practice all the time, people whose ankles are just practically frozen. They're really not using them, and that's such an important joint. And then the pedaling motion. Good. Good. All right. Let's do a little bit of rattling the bones this morning. This is an energetic workout. We're going to start just shaking, just bouncing through the legs to start shaking the body. And then you can add arms and start shaking in any way that feels right to you. Rattling the bones. It looks silly, feels a little odd, but it's good to confuse the body. Shaking out anything, any residual tension, and just feeling how movable this body really is. Keep breathing. Great. Okay. Yeah. Good. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up overhead. On the exhale, we're going to swipe down the body, off the body. When you need to inhale, pause, inhale, continue. When you get down to the feet, inhale, reach up again and again. One more time. Big inhale. And off the body, sweeping the hands on the energy field around the body, moving down. Good. Since it's morning for me, I don't know what time it is for you as you're doing this, but it's morning and it's a nice wake-up breathing pattern is called staccato breathing. And that's short little inhalations through the nose and then let it out on a side through the mouth. And it looks and sounds like this. Just do that one more time. Good. Let's place hands over Dantian. Dantian, the center of energy, major energy center in the body, also happens to be from a physiological, mechanical point of view, this is our center of balance in the body when we're upright. It's actually the center when we're lying down too, but it's mostly relevant when we're upright. So major center of energy right in the middle of this pelvis. So our hands are here in front and we are touching into the center of energy like a little sun or a ball, or traditionally it's considered to be, the image is a pearl of great value, right behind the hands. So check in with your feet. See how the weight is falling through your feet. If you're way back on your heels, see if you can align your pelvis with your feet. Let some of the weight go into the balls of the feet. If you're leaning forward, and your heels are practically coming off, then see if you can find that release into the weight of the heels and back. And see how that support way at the back of your heels can come all the way up the back side of your head. So, good. Okay then. Feeling into the breath. And as you breathe in, allowing the hands to come away from, off the body and hover right there. This is a position for my hands that feels comfortable for me with my thumbs and forefingers touching. You can just have your hands like this or like this. Between the palms of your hands and your body is a little energy field, and it's part of the overall energy field of the body. We're going to turn our hands now into this cupped on top, cupped on bottom. And as you inhale, We'll switch and exhale. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Chi ball. You're holding a ball of energy between your hands. We're breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. You can play with this sense of an energy ball, a little magnetic ball between your hands. As you're doing this, as you're playing with energy in between your hands, can you still have some awareness of your feet? The ground below. The sky above, can you have some awareness of the top of your head? Good. From the ground below to the sky above, from the sky above to the ground below. We are a conduit, and as we begin the 18 harmonizing movements, intentionally keeping center in mind. Inhaling, bringing the hands up to about shoulder height. Exhaling, they come down, and a little bit of sinking in the knees. This is raising the chi. This move is also known as mist rising off the lake. So see if your arms and hands can be just as light as mist. Mist rising off a lake. The pace of the movement follows the pace of the breath. So your pace might be faster or slower than mine. Let this opening move establish a rhythm for you. How is it today? See if it's possible to slow down, but if you get dizzy or it's difficult to take long breaths in and out, then go at a faster pace. Important thing is awareness and choice. Good, we'll do one more. Good, next move. Opening the heart to what is. So same thing, we're breathing in, but then bringing the palms of the hands away from each other on the inhale. Exhaling, they move toward each other and then back down toward the earth. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep it light. Keep it easy. See if you can really feel some pleasure in these moves, in the simple act of moving, breathing, and being aware. Good. Next move, we're going to bring the hands up overhead on the inhale, curve to the side on the exhale. This is swinging the rainbow. So we're breathing in as we come up to center, looking between the hands, and then exhaling as we curve over. Let Dantian, the center of the pelvis, begin the side curve. So with the hands up here, the first thing that's going to move on the exhale is my hip right? So we're breathing out. Good. Inhaling back to center. And then the other hip shifts and we curve. Please don't just wave your arms back and forth. That is not the form. Moving from center, finding the power of Dantian, of that energy center, that balanced center, that stable, balanced center. Shifting from side to side, that's all. And the arms follow. Good, last one, curving to the side, coming back up to center, and then as you exhale, palms toward the sky, parting the clouds on the exhale, coming over into a squat, crossing at the wrists, inhaling the palms up, and again, palms toward the sky, parting the clouds. Sending the energy out, but never forcing. Last one, we'll breathe in. Part the clouds, and then we'll pause here in the T and begin spiraling into floating silk through the air. Again, not waving the arms around. In fact, without the arms, this is what's happening from here. Yes? Then you can add the arms and like a windmill or a sprinkler, or one student called this the washing machine agitator move. The arms will follow, but the movement initiates from center. Good. Coming back to center, now we're going to inhale the hands back and up overhead. Exhale into rowing across the big lake. And the legs move up and down as though you're sitting down in a boat. All right, so you're not curving forward with the arms. You're really keeping your back aligned and letting the legs do the moving up and down. Nice extension on the arms, but not stiff. We opened up all those joints. I forgot to do wrists and fingers today, I just realized. See if you can keep your fingers and wrists loose. Good, last one. We're gonna inhale now, sweeping one hand up to raise the sun. Exhaling, palm comes down. Other side, palm and heel lift. So we're breathing in, lifting a hand and a heel, breathing out, bringing them back down. Notice right here, a little chi ball. Exhaling, hand comes down, and as you switch, see if you can feel that chi between the hands just for a brief moment as you switch. Good, and then this easily moves right into gazing at the moon. Same basic move except both hands. Can you feel the chi between your hands as you inhale, gaze at the moon, exhale, come back. Sweeping again right in front of center. And no heel lift on this. Feet are staying connected to the ground. One more to each side. Breathing in, letting it out, inhaling, breathing out. Good. One hand as we inhale comes back, and then on the exhale we push out, turn, gathering lotus leaves, breathing in as we return. So we're breathing out as we push out, turn, grab, inhale, bring it home. Exhaling, inhaling. Feel the connection through the standing leg as it bends. So pushing out on one side, and that same knee is going to bend on the same side that I'm pushing, and then straightening as we come back. But as you push out, feel the stability in the leg that's bending, connecting to the earth, very stable. One more to each side. Good, we're going to breathe in and bring a hand in front of the eyes. Exhale into a spiral. Breathe in as you bring the other hand up and exhale to the other side. This is waving at clouds. Not that cloud. See ya. You're looking at your hand as you're spiraling. And again, just as a reminder, spiraling from center. The base of the spine in the middle of the pelvis. Not at the waist, but deep down in the pelvis. One more to each side. How much lighter and easier could this move be right now? Good. Inhale. And stepping out, we're going to exhale into a lunge, scoop the ocean. Inhale, lean on the back foot, look at the sky. So we're shifting from the back foot to the front foot, scooping, then shifting from the front foot to the back foot, looking. Breathing out as you come over, breathing in as you lean back. The toes of the front foot come up when you're leaning back, and then when you come forward to scoop, the heel of the back foot lifts. But you really only need to do that if you feel stable. If that feels a little unbalanced to you, then you can keep your feet on the ground. Exhale. Inhale. And I'm looking at a plain white ceiling, but it is nice today to see the sun, which we haven't really seen much in October. Good. Bring that front foot back. We're going to inhale, step out on the other side and repeat. Scoop it up, lean back on the inhale. Look at the sky. Good. Don't take too big of a step forward for this lunge. It's fine to readjust your feet. And it may feel different now on this other side than it does than it did before. So just noticing those differences. Good, last one. On the exhale, you can bring that foot back. Good, now we're gonna breathe in, bring the palms facing forward. Again, stepping out and pushing the waves on the out breath. Breathing in as we come back. So your legs are gonna be doing exactly the same thing as they just were. So without the arms, we're just lunging back and forth. So you might actually practice this first. Break this one down into some components so that your knee is going to be pointing the same way as your toes. And in fact, on pushing the waves, if you wanted to angle out to the side, you could push it this way. But only if that's the direction your legs are going. Traditionally, at least the tradition I'm used to, we go straight forward. But either one is acceptable, and you want to make sure that it's the legs that are moving you back and forth. You're not falling forward in your upper body. So, none of this, right? We're coming straight forward. It's the legs doing the work. Good. Bring your front foot back. Step out on the other side and repeat. The back foot pushes off, brings you forward. Then you shift to the back foot again. Exhale, inhale. The arms are making a circle here, right? Coming forward, coming down, coming back. Can it feel good to breathe? Can you appreciate your ability to breathe, which not everybody can? Last one, breathing and pushing the waves. Bring that front foot back. Maybe one more lunging move. This time the feet stay flat on the ground. We're going to exhale into flying dove spreads its wings. So we're inhaling as we bring the hands back toward the heart, exhaling as we shift forward. Again, feeling the secure steadiness of the legs and feet. Good. On the next inhalation, bring your front foot back. Step out. Other side, repeat. Breathing out as we lunge forward. Gather it in. Sorry. Last one on this side. Out breath, in breath. Bring the front foot back. Now loose fists at about hip height. Exhale, turn, inhale. Exhale, turn, inhale. Keep it simple. We're not crossing the midline. We're not coming up and over. We're not coming down. Straight out. Dragon emerging from the sea is the name of this one. You'll notice on the exhale as you punch forward, there's a little bit of give in the knees. So we're sinking down into the ground, then coming back up as we inhale. So we're breathing out, breathing in. Last one, whatever side you're on. Inhale, bring that dragon back. Widen your stance. You're going to inhale the hands up overhead, backs of the hands touch, come up on your toes. Exhale into a little plie, into a sinking down motion. So we're inhaling, exhaling. This is flying wild goose. Fly like an eagle. Be a heron if you prefer. Inhale, exhale. Watch out for collapse on the exhale. So we're breathing in and then sometimes this happens. Now, as you come down, it's the same pace. Long, slow breath out. Easy, long breath in. Good. And we're going to bring palms up toward the sky and then down toward the earth. This is the windmill. Breathing in as you lift up. Breathing out as you come down the other side. And then change direction. Exhale always as you come down. Inhale as you come up. You're just going the other way. So breathing out, breathing in. This one too, very easy to go shh on the exhale. So see if you can really keep it smooth and even. Movement follows breath. Good, and bring the hands back down to your sides. Establish that stance as we begin walking through the tall grass. We're breathing in as we lift opposite hand and foot. Breathe out as we come down. Now I'm able to go pretty high with my foot. That might be harder for you, so it's okay if you only can come up an inch or two. See if you can get your hand up to about shoulder height though. But the foot can do what it can do. And the most important thing is awareness. So we want to make it a choice. And we want to be aware of bringing the chi up. A focus for this move is aware of center as always, but palm of the hand and sole of the foot. That's where the attention goes. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, exhale. Good. The final move is gathering the fragrance of the earth. So we're going to squat down and inhale, bringing the hands up the front side of the body. Then we flip the palms on the exhale, bring them right to here. One more. Good. And we end the way we began, touching into center. And let's spread that chi that we've activated right here in the center. Spread it through the whole abdominal area. Make wider and wider circles. And then we'll reverse direction and get smaller and smaller. Wind it back in. Good. Let that self-touch be kind. Not trying to force anything or make anything happen. Just can you, with kindness, receive your own touch? We'll sweep horizontally. So in the back of your hand is sweeping right across sacrum. Wow. Sinuses are unloading on me today. Sorry for all the coughing. Yeah. Good. Yeah, and then from one shoulder to the opposite hip, diagonally across the body. Now you can also do these moves off the body. So you can work with the energy field off the body, or you can actually make contact, physical contact. Whatever feels best for you today. Good. Shake it out. Good. Okay. Let's take a moment again to just touch into this balanced standing that's possible. Trusting the feet, trusting the legs, finding the security here. And we'll bring the left hand out to be the moon. Soft fist on the right is the sun. We'll bring the sun and the moon together in a salute and a bow. Namaste. Thank you for your Qigong practice today. So happy to make this possible. We're going to take about 10 minutes to do some very lightly guided sitting meditation. You're welcome to continue with this process. See if when you sit, you can sit in a way that is as balanced on your sits bones as you were on your feet. Right? So now we're using our second set of feet to sit. And just take a moment to reestablish some connection to Dantian, to center. Right there, let that be your support. Can you let go into that support? If it helps to settle into your seat, you can take a couple deep breaths. And then you might want to gently close the eyes or just have a soft gaze so that most of your attention is moving inward now. Bring some attention to the sensations of the body's contact with the seat you're in, whether it's a cushion or a chair, just knowing that weightedness, that security there. From that stable base, then we want to bring the attention, bring the awareness up the spine, all the way to the top of the head being the crown of the head, right? It's not in the back, it's right up top. So that conduit of energy, there's that stable base and a nice flow of energy up through the middle of the body. And you can relax around that. You can rest here in this relaxed yet alert posture. Rest being the operative word there. Resting the attention. If it's difficult to stay present, you might want to rest your attention on the breath. Feeling the breath coming and going in the body. So tune in now and see where you can most easily feel your breath moving. It might be in the belly or the chest, or maybe you're feeling the air moving in and out of the nostrils, wherever it's easiest for you to feel the breath moving in the body. Let your attention be there. Keep your attention there. Lightly resting the attention on the breath. Let the attention be direct and yet not strained. Just noticing how the breath is after a time of Qigong practice where we were directing our breath. What's it like right now to leave the breath alone and just let this body breathe however it needs to? When the attention wanders off the breath or away from the present moment, that's not a problem. It's not a mistake. Just recognize, oh, I've been caught up in a stream of thinking. Let that go and begin again. As I've been discovering this week, the healing is in the return. The power is not in never wandering. It's always in recognizing the wandering and returning. Beginning again is very powerful. And for most of us, we get many chances to discover that power. So don't waste another second feeling badly or being hard on yourself if your attention wanders. The minute you notice that, you're being mindful. And just point that attention back toward the breath or the body. And continue. Keep going. As we move toward the end of this time of meditation practice, perhaps setting an intention for the rest of the day or whatever is next for you. Setting an intention to notice ease in the body, or to notice flow, energetic flow. You might notice as you're moving whether any of the ways you're moving are reminiscent or similar to Qigong moves, and see if you can move in everyday movement with an awareness of Qi, an awareness of energy flow and ease. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you've made it all the way to the end of the hour, either live or in a recording, good for you. And if you are finding this live stream Qigong practice every week to be of value to you, please consider making a contribution to support. That kind of support makes it possible for me to offer these free classes every week. So I wish you well. Have a wonderful weekend if it's Friday for you, wherever you are, and if not, be well and follow the flow. Have a great day.